Okay. All right. Auntie Bumi, can you hear me? Good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk with Odun. Okay, good evening. Even though we can't see you, we don't know what happened again, but we can hear you. Oh, okay, you're back on. All right. So, can you just go ahead and introduce yourself for the sake of our viewers? Can you just introduce yourself? Mm-hmm. Okay. Have you filed? Have you filed? Okay, so that's why it's taking so long. Yeah, can you hear me? Okay, go on. Mm-hmm. Thank you for coming up. Okay, so we just need to go up with this, just like move fast with this because we've spent a lot of time trying to figure out the technical issues. So just tell us a bit about how did you meet your ex or your soon-to-be ex? How did you guys meet? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Far. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. When you got the bank job. Mm-hmm. Friendship. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Far to your place. Hi Adeshola, thank you for joining. Thank you Olajumoke for joining. Sorry, go on Auntie Bumi. I'm just acknowledging people. Treated. Way older. Okay. 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 Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Towards the older guy. Mhm. It's charming. Yes. No, I understand you. Go on. Mhm. Friends. And your dad liked him. Okay. Thank you, Dalapo. Thank you, Steph. Welcome. Go on. Just go on. Sorry. Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm. Hmm. Wow. Ah, wow. Oh. Hold on. Who sent you this? Hold on. Who sent you this forged marriage certificates? Is it Dele or the older man? Oh wow. Okay. No, go on, go. I am. I just need to establish that. Mm-hmm. 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 The normal thing. Hmm. 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 That is gold. Hmm. Hmm. A proper document. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh wow. Mm. 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 You did not pray about it. Hmm. Yeah, because the seed was sown already by your dad. Your dad already planted the seed already. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that was how you met. Okay, and then how long did it take you guys to get married and all that? That was 3 years after. Oh wow. Wow. Okay, so let's go on and talk about the real story. After you got married, what now happened? Because I know I'm privy to like a tiny bit of it, not all. Because even though we are somehow cousins related, I really don't know the full story. So, what's the full story? Wow. The bank job. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm.
He was always there.
Mm.
So I had no choice.
Mm.
Since I was around 30, I was 33 then, 33, 34.
Okay.
So, and sincerely, unlike now, when we are 30, then we have gotten to
Yeah.
an age that
Yeah.
everybody will have
Mhm.
everybody, even in your church and everywhere.
Mhm.
So I had no choice then. I had to because I've always learned that it's better to be with someone that loves you more.
Oh, okay. So
Because
you thought he loved you more. You thought he was actually in love with you.
I
Okay.
actually thought he loved me more.
Okay.
And sincerely, I said, okay, we start pushing on everything. But there was a day the dad called me. Sincerely, up till now, there's this feeling that I have that the father has a kind of strong hold over me. Once he talks, I don't have that voice to say no up till now.
Hmm.
So there was a day the father called that he wanted to see me. Of course, I've agreed to go out with his mom. I have to do it. So I went there. I was surprised to meet him there. He didn't tell me. So it was just like an arranged thing. When I got there, was like, okay, both of you have decided to be together. You are not young anymore. What are you waiting for? I explained to him, I said that it's not even, what he should be talking about. He should be the one talking about if he's ready. When a man is ready, you consider the financial aspect, emotional, and the maturity level.
Mhm.
And all I got from him was that you shouldn't say my insult. Do you want to start
Insulting
insulting
my
me?
dad. Okay.
Yes, but I didn't apologize. So, and there and then, we concluded that by December that year, we're going to have our introduction. Everything went well. And on the introduction day, we picked wedding day. And that was the day I wish I could change.
Hmm.
The day I wish never happened.
Hmm.
So we picked the date, like 3 months after the introduction. And after the introduction, I called him. Oh, what are the things we need to do? He told me this is what we need to do, how we have to go about it. And we agreed. How do we go about it? We have to start by buying all of these things. Okay, we got to the point of him bringing money for us to get what we need. He tell me that he's expecting some money, this and this, and we are yet to pay him. And in front of those families, we are now doing the introduction at the wedding day. The month went by, the second month, and I was like, what is that person doing? And how much is that money? I almost collapsed when he told me.
Ha.
He said we will finish the introduction. All of these things, he did not approach me when this happened.
Hmm.
Later, all those things are coming back to me. Why would I even think about marrying someone that I don't even know? I don't know the kind of job. At that time, I know he worked with Lagos State government, but I didn't know it was this part of people that collect
Okay. Can you
donations and
can you please adjust your camera because we can like move back a bit.
sorry.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay now. Yeah.
So
It's
the day I got to know he was expecting this and stuff, I said, wow, we have printed like 500 IB. We needed to print the IB for both families to take with them. So we have put the IB. He had to borrow him the money that by the time the money he gets the money, he was going to pay me. That is how that was when my introduction happened. So my grandmother was around then.
You've moved forward again, no? You,
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. Like you're moving forward. We can only see just the part of your cheek. We can't see your whole face.
Okay now.
Yes, it's okay now.
Okay now.
It's okay now. It's okay now.
So, yeah, grandma advised me that day that I've already printed the application that I had no choice but to go ahead and marry yourself. But she said, "Oh my God, I need a here."
So you had to finance the wedding.
Yes.
Okay.
None of this was even known to the member of my family.
That you were the one that financed the wedding.
It was the husband that would do this. They told me it was more than one side job. Like, in his name.
Mm-hmm.
So many of them were sure. Okay. So they were going to be the one to pay for the reception, all of that. I
You
just
covered up for him.
covered up for him. Just for shame. After I was with the 3 years to say again, I rushed. And I remember this is part of the reason why the relationship with me and my husband was like, what happened to him? So eventually I just kept on like thinking that okay, let me just do what I can do. When I exhausted all I had to apply for CCT
Hmm.
just to make sure that
The wedding went well.
most of the time when we are together or we want to come back, you'll be making some call and you'll be appreciating me that thank you, and she goes, thank you very much. And I'm going to say, what did you say no to? But there was a day I now called him and said, please, tell me what happened is that is it that before, asking you anything,
So it was actually getting money from people.
he was getting help from people that were close to my side. So the day I now pleaded with him that please, this is all I have. I'm able to put money for my home. So what do you want me to do? If there's anything before I pay you, tell me.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I said, no, daddy, daddy, I have no choice. Even though I had said to him that my mom will never put where this guy is under the carpet. So, Shana gave me money, then I was kind of having suspicion that family was going to kill me. You know,
And the wedding went on. You had the wedding. Mm-hmm.
the wedding went on.
Yes.
And then those days, like the day I said, I will just not come back to my place. I felt like shedding everything. I cried to my sister mother to say,
This is a mistake. Mm.
I have so many people that will still tell me that they have to, story writing
Mm.
and doing. But one of the things I want people to learn from this part is you have to take your stand. Don't let people decide for you.
Yes, and it's never too late to walk out. It's never too late. My pastor in Nigeria used to say something. He said, until you get to the altar, you can still say no. Until you walk down that aisle, you can still say no. I know it's easier said than done, though, but
I wish I never listened actually.
mm,
Yeah. So everything just happened like that. I tried all I could. I made sure that the whole thing was done, you know. But on the wedding day, and that was the beginning of the whole problem we had. I remembered we were at the reception. His brother came all the way from Ibadan then. We were at the reception, maybe after we have danced or something. And the brother, summoned me to come that he needed to be on his way because of the traffic. He want to start going and want to tell me something. So when I got to him, he said, call your husband. I called him. He asked me to sit down. That I was sorry he would say this to me right now. That the landlord of his house just called him. that he must not bring the bride to his house until he pays his rent.
His brother told you that.
His elder brother,
Uh-huh.
yes, told me that the Dele's landlord called him that he must not bring any wife to his house unless he cleared his house rent.
Wow.
I was dropped that day. The way I can't even, I can't express the way I felt. And I was like, Dele, you are owing rent. Meanwhile, like I told you the other time that I had to move away from that area when I picked up another appointment
With Access Bank, yeah.
Yes, just because of the distance. I had a mini flat that we can conveniently stay. I paid for 3 years then. But you know this Nigerian
mentality, you are the one that must pack to his house. You are the one that must pack Lolioko.
I pleaded, not until his father intervened, that from their own village, is the wife that
packs into the
not the wife that has to come. I literally gave that apartment out without collecting a dime. So I turned to him and I was like, are you owing your landlord? You have not paid your rent or what? Tell me he's lying. He just started pretending as if he was crying. That day, everybody knew right from the reception that something had happened to me.
Yeah,
from there,
I was there.
If you were there, yes. Everything just
we didn't know what happened like anyway. We didn't know what happened, but I knew something. We knew something happened. We really did not know what.
Exactly. I just left that scene and I was like, that's the end of it. But there's nothing I can do. So there was nothing like honeymoon. I was like, okay, where do we go to? The landlord said we must not come. So after 2 days, I now called the brother. I pleaded with him to call the landlord that I want to meet with him.
But where did you guys go to after the wedding? You went to an hotel?
We went to my brother's house.
Okay.
We went to my immediate elder brother's house. So, and the man obliged. We went there together. I met with him. So when the man started talking, it was like the first rent he paid when he was moving in was the last he has taken. That is owing him for a year and a half. And you know rent is paid in advance. And going to collect, he's going to pay for, after he has cleared his arrears, he's going to pay for,
the next one.
He was giving me that bill of almost 100,000. I couldn't hold my tears right in front of that man. The man now said, well, he's a pastor, I don't know again. So he said I should not bother. I'm just innocent. I should just make sure that he pays him because he has exhausted all his patience on him and all of that. So I pleaded with the man. I said, okay, I got some loan. That was March. I said I got some loan that I was supposed to clear April, May, and June. That he should give me from July. I will be paying him 100,000, just to clear the money. I said, okay, there's no problem. I work in a bank as a teller actually, and we deal with figures. I won't lie to you. Immediately I said I do to this guy. That was when I started. Let me just use the word. My life started taking
a downward turn. Wow.
I'm telling you. So everybody knows me. Well, I was in Access Bank. I was one of the best staff then. I had a series of awards as the best staff, But immediately, and one of my boss noticed it and said to me, "What has marriage done to you?"
Yeah, wow.
What happened to you? I started making mistakes, paying irregular checks, overpaying, underpaying, a lot of issues. Before the July that I promised the man, I lost my job.
Oh.
And that was when I realized
that you married someone.
There was never there was never any feeling. or love between me and this guy. What they fell in love with was
Was
the
the
job,
job?
the money.
Hmm.
So when the letter was served, I cried and I was like, God, how do I go on? How do I move on from here? I called him, I told him, he felt bad, he felt for me and was like, well, no problem, God will provide another one. Meanwhile, I forgot to mention this. Eventually, when we moved into his house, you know, I got I think 3 weeks leave from my office. I thought it was on leave too, because he wasn't going to office immediately after the wedding too. After 3 weeks, when I resumed back, I was expecting him to go. He would still be sleeping, and I was like, what happened? I'm not going to work.
Isha doesn't have a job. Lady can. He doesn't have a job.
He doesn't like that job. That I was not going to continue with it. I almost turned it into serious issue then, that you have to continue. No matter what, at least that was what you were doing before we got together. He shall drop that job. Either he never had it or he dropped it. So eventually when I lost my own job, it was the worst thing that happened to me. I was so devastated. I was so devastated. The whole thing was like I almost killed myself. That's the truth. So, but I didn't. After some time, I picked up the pieces of my life and I was like, okay, let me go into business. I started buying things from the market and I was taking it to different offices. By the time I get home, most of those days, he won't be around. When he comes back, he will be drunk. And if I should ask any question, he's beaten.
Wow.
There was a time, if you would remember, I posted then it was BB. I posted, he will beat me and his target is always on my face. He will tell me, oh, go fine, you're fine. I will tear your face. He's always targeting, he's always targeting my face. So he will beat me the whole of my nose. I posted one of the pictures, then I said, can anybody guess what happened to me? You called me immediately and said, Sister, what happened to you?
I remember.
So immediately I just, most of the people called me. I said I fell. How can you fall and the whole of your face will be like this? But I later realized that his problem was more spiritual than natural, because
I beg you, that's all they will be saying. It's spiritual. Or spiritual killing.
Why I say so is because after he has beaten, he has seriously dealt with me. This guy will come down.
That's the way they do now. Auntie Bumi, it's not spiritual, it's normal. That's the way they do. The ones they abuse you, they will beg you. They will buy gifts. It's a typical nature of a narcissistic person. They will buy gifts. They will apologize. See, my own ex will be vibrating. The way it will be vibrating. There was a day it vibrated in the presence of my cousin. It will be vibrating like phone that is crying. Emma Sorolo Dari. Have you forgotten I'm on live show?
Yeah. Okay.
Go on.
I'm trying not to break down you. So,
I know.
Everything changed. He turned me into a punching bag. He comes home very late, drunk. So meanwhile, when we had that issue after that wedding, there was nothing like honeymoon. It was not even issue.
Hi Adeola, thank you for joining.
Me. You said?
No, I was saying hi to someone. She waved. Thank you for joining, Adeola. Go on.
So I did not even allow him to get closer to me. But my pastor, I remember then, I cried to him when the beating started and said, well, I've gotten into it. Bible does not recognize and divorce. That I have to spiritually, prayerfully deal with it. I should continue to pray with him, pray for him, that God should change him, then, miracle will happen and all of that. So, I think after 9 months, I got pregnant after 9 months. That we got married. So, and immediately, that wasn't the first pregnancy actually, but I wouldn't know. I would just realize that any day this guy dealt with me, the next thing is
You
that I'll
bleed.
be bleeding.
Oh, oh
So
my
I'll be
God.
bleeding. The last one that happened, I went to the hospital and the man told me that when he had the last time I had my
Circle.
menses, I told him, he said it was as if it's all the thing I explained to him is as if I had a miscarriage.
Mm.
That next time I'm pregnant again, I should make sure that I don't engage in any you know
Physical altercation.
violence. I don't shout. I don't
Mm.
do anything. I have to be, you know, on bed rest. So when I noticed that I missed my period again, I went to the hospital and the man said, okay, pay, I should. He told me so many things to do and not to do. When I got home and I showed the result to this guy that, okay, I'm
I'm
pregnant,
pregnant too.
just looked at this and said, who is responsible?
Ah?
And I laughed. Actually, he was drunk that day.
Ah.
Eh, did you allow me to do it? Did you
Ah.
allow me to do it? Eh? How can you be pregnant and all of that? So actually it was easy for me this way because prayerfully I asked God when I was almost when this thing almost buried, I was
Mm.
almost buried in it. I prayed to God to heal me and
Mm-hmm.
you know
Let go of the odds and the anger.
shut that door completely
Mm.
for my life.
Mm.
But I just have to share it today, just for someone that is about to make same mistake
Mm.
to learn from it.
Mm.
So when he told me that, I didn't even bother because I know he was beginning to that he was getting ready to cause a quarrel. He was expecting me to, what do you mean and all of that. I just kept
So that
quiet.
you can punch it out again.
Exactly.
Mm.
Meanwhile, most of the time that we have issue, I used to call my dad. My dad so loved him to the point that he would never believe him.
Hmm.
Dad will always tell me that you
Ìwọ ló ní
are
lọ́wọ́
the
jù bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
troublemaker. Yes,
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
you are the troublemaker. That guy is gentle. Is this,
Mm.
is that, and he has that look really.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
could say,
It looks so. I can
oh
still see
God,
his face.
God Almighty, you are the troublemaker. You are this. You are that. Whatever it is, you are the one. You don't want it to work. You are the problem.
Hmm.
Yeah. But God so loved me one day like that when it started. It was on a Saturday night. I was getting ready for Sunday service. I was ironing my clothes. And this guy came closer. He would just think of something. That's why I said it was more like spiritual because there won't be anything prior to. You won't have any issue. It will just pick up something, and that's how it will start. So that night, I had enough airtime on my phone, and it started again. You know, I just called my dad, and I left the phone.
On speaker.
In fact, he started talking. I will deal with you. I will tear you into pieces. I will this, I will that. I think when my father had enough, he just ended the call and called me back.
Mm.
And he was like, Bumi, ṣé bọ̀bọ́ yẹn nìyẹn? That was exactly how he asked me. I said yes. He said, please don't allow devil to use it. Take the clothes you will wear to church tomorrow
And leave
and
the
leave the house.
house. Mm.
And I listened to him. As I was going out, he said, if you step out of this house, don't come into my house again. If you step out of this house, don't come into my house again. And where he was living was not too far from my mom's place. So I just took my clothes and I went to my mom's place. That night, I didn't sleep overnight. Before the day break, I was already spotting.
Mm.
You understand?
Oh.
Yes. I rushed to the clinic the following morning. The man out, he was very angry with me. Don't you love yourself? Don't you want to have children? What is all this and all of that? I told him I didn't even say anything. For the fact that I was upset, for the fact all the things he was saying was getting me really mad.
Mm.
So he now said he was going to place me on bed rest
Bed
for 2
rest.
weeks. I started crying right in his office because I had no money on me. I've lost my job. I lost everything I had for the wedding, and this happened. I think 3 months after the wedding. So I started crying. That I don't even have any money. Please, you can give me whatever medication. I have somewhere I can stay that I won't go through any
Want to
stress.
stay in the hospital?
Yeah. So said okay. He gave me medication. He made sure he gave me some sleeping medication that I would sleep throughout. So and that was what happened. I went back to my mom's place. I would sleep, take the medication, and you know. So later, he got to know I was staying in my mom's place. He came around. Do you know for the 2 weeks I was supposed to take that bed rest, he would still come to my mom's place and still be making trouble with me.
Ah,
Yes. So he now came one day like that. I was inside, he was calling me, and I did that was as if I was not there. A few minutes after that, dad now called me that my husband called him, and he was saying that I left the house, that I didn't act as if he knew about it. So that I left the house, and that if I did not come back, that he has even been to my mom's place. I was not there. That if I did not come back that night, I shouldn't come to his house again. And my father just said that I should please take care of myself and take care of that baby. Nothing must happen to that baby. That is your gain. So I just I listened to him. So immediately after the 2 weeks, I was ready. When I got back to the hospital, I did some scan, and he said to me, "Congratulations." But then I should still be careful. So from the hospital, I went back to his house. On getting there, I met another lock. The key I had on me
was changed.
finished. So I called his dad. I was calling him. He was not picking my call. I was calling him. He wasn't picking my call. So I called his dad, and his dad said I shouldn't bother. He will call him. His dad called me back and said he told me some stories that I left the house, blah blah blah. When I narrated the whole thing to the dad, the man now said I should not worry. Go and stay where you said you are staying and make sure nothing happens to that baby, okay? I said, okay, sir. Sweetheart, that was the last time. That was the last time.
That was how you left his house.
Yeah. So.
You're strong, oh. Remember, you're strong. You're strong.
Yeah, I'm strong. So I left. He locked me out. And I went back to my mom's place. I was there all alone.
Pregnant.
And I already gave the landlord my word that I was going to pay. So when I lost my job, I went back to my dad. Dad said he would help me out. He gave me, I think, 150 then. That I paid from the 400 or maybe 250. I can't really remember. So I paid some money to the man.
And that's the house he locked you out of?
Yes. So few weeks after, I just received a call from the landlord and said, "Hello, madam. Daddy, how are you doing?" He said, "Well, your husband has moved out of the house, and he told me the remaining luggage
is yours.
House. I should come and pack my things. He wants to use his house."
Oh my goodness.
So that was how I moved my stuff.
So he actually took his own stuffs out and left your own. In the house he was owing.
Yeah. So he moved out, and that was the end. I nursed the pregnancy alone from the womb till I delivered. And it was actually a terrible experience because I was very, very big. In fact, people used to think that I would deliver to twins. I had a very big tummy, that it was very difficult for me to do so many things, but I just had to do everything by myself. So eventually, to the glory of God, when I had my child, my mom of a blessed memory called him. Okay, no, when I was going to the hospital, my mom called him that Yahoo and Los Hospital, I want to come and meet us at the hospital. said, "Ooh, yeah, ooh, ooh." See, I am strong. Like I
I
said, I am very, very
know.
strong.
Hi,
Yes.
sis. I
And no
know.
matter what, I won't go back on that. So,
Just take a deep breath.
mm, I had the baby, all the expenses, all the pains, everything all alone. So eventually came, and when it came, he was looking for, where the little girl, took after him. He was looking at him. He
If
was
the
looking
baby
at the
looks
baby.
like him.
Yes, he was looking at if it was, and I was having a terrible pain. I had operation. I delivered through operation then. So it was my mother that was telling me everything out thereafter. So, and that was it. I had my daughter all alone, but I made let's assume the first one was it was I listened to so many advice.
Yeah,
I
because I was
allowed
going to
people
ask you that. So how did the second
to.
one now come about?
Yes, that's what I'm going to now.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to so many people. I A lot of people took decision for me.
Mm.
But
It's okay, sis, as well. You're
the
strong.
second yeah. The second one happened then. It's not a mistake. It's never going to be a mistake.
Mm.
Like I said, up till today, sincerely, some of my family members does not really know that I'm not together with this guy. Because number one, all my siblings, the one after me, the one before me, they're all happy in their homes. So I don't know, how it will feel
Hmm.
when they realize that
Oh, you
the
want to make
marriage
me
of
cry? The fact that I don't like seeing people cry makes me cry too. So
no, no, no.
yeah, you need to stop.
So
I know.
I'm trying not to go so deep, because
Mm.
there's no way I won't,
I
you
know.
know.
But you're doing well.
So,
You're
but the
doing well.
second one, I won't lie to you. The second one, I came from a broken home,
Yeah.
and sincerely, I went.
Atibumi, you can take a break if you want to. Take a deep breath.
No, I'm good, you know.
I cry when people cry. You're making me cry on live TV.
So, I came from a broken home too,
I understand
and
you. I understand you perfectly.
I never wanted it,
Whew.
I never wanted it. I won't lie to you. So, in fact, I could remember my daughter was around 3 years, and there was someone that was ready to even, marry me then. He loved me, he wanted me, he would take my daughter as is and all of that. So I went to my pastor to tell him that, Daddy, please, this is what is happening. So I thought the man was going to pray with me and, tell me whether to go ahead or not. But it was the same person that joined us together, me and Tilly.
Really? Okay.
The man was like, "Are you for real? What is wrong with you? That they were still praying for God to restore your home and you are thinking about marrying another person,
Typical. It's typical Niger pastors. That's what they
and you
do.
are thinking about, marrying another person? No, it's not going to happen. No. Are you sure you want to make heaven? No
Ah.
divorcee will go to heaven.
Mhm.
No, this,
Mhm.
In fact, he walked me out of his office. That this was not Sister Bumi that I used to know, that something
Mhm.
has happened.
Mhm.
And then too, I went back. I had to tell the guy I was sorry, you know. So I now promised myself something that, and then at a point, I realized the relationship was even having a bad effect of my daughter. Then I could
Mm.
remember, you know. So maybe it was time for me to go and pick her in school. The other guy would be telling me, why is all your attention on her? Leave her, So I just told myself that I'm going to be okay with her. I will make sure that what I went through, because like I told you, I came from a broken home. I didn't even stay with my mom, I didn't stay with my dad. I stayed with my great grandmother.
Mhm.
And that affected me up to today. I won't lie to you.
Mm.
There are so many things I do not know
Mm.
as a girl. You
Mm.
know, there's so many things I lack
Mm.
that I don't understand up till now.
Mm. Mm.
So, and that was not really my fault. I had no one to put me, and it was not really my great grandmom's mom's fault
Yeah,
because
she did the
nothing
best she
was her
could
own.
do. Mhm.
Yes. So I tried to block any reason why my daughter will be taken away from me, or I will remarry and somebody would start treating him like treating her like, you know, a shit.
Mm.
So I was just there. Along the line, I lost my mom, and I don't know who told him. He just called
Mm.
me, and I had so many issues then. I wasn't working. I didn't have much on me, and you know, no matter what, family members will still expect you to do some things.
Mhm.
You understand? They will expect you, to contribute for this.
Mhm.
They will expect you to do your own part of the burial arrangement. So it just came in and started acting like the husband and all of that. He brought his father and so many people from their hometown.
Mm.
So immediately after the burial, his dad called me and was like, okay,
Your husband
was
is
a
ready to
mistake.
come back home now. Oh.
Yeah, it was a mistake
Mm.
that he regretted,
Mm.
that I should forgive him.
Mm.
He was begging me so badly, you know.
Mm.
And sincerely, just like I said, even if the first one was, it wasn't a mistake, but it was, let me say, people influenced my decision then.
Mm.
But 100%,
The second time was your
it
decision.
was 100% my decision.
Yeah,
And,
you
the
can't
way,
blame yourself too much. It's normal for women to be like that. We always want to make it work. We always wish it could be
exactly,
as
I said,
in
okay,
work it
let
out.
me try and make it work.
Mhm.
And he promised me that there's nothing, he will be there, nothing, you know. He was sorry, it was the devil's handwork and all of that. So I said, okay, no problem. They came for the burial. His stepmom, and his dad, they came around. They rally around me. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. It would
I
have just
do.
been only me
I understand what you are
because
saying.
no, you understand.
I do.
So their presence, even though I can't remember if any, financial assistance was given then, but for the fact that
You had your
in front
in-laws
of so
there.
many years,
Mm.
so
Mm.
and at the end of the day, they had the meeting with my sister and my cousins, my uncles around then, and they tried to settle things. They apologized. I said, okay,
So you went back to
we'll
him.
see. Let's try and make it work for the sake of my daughter. He came back. Okay, he has his own apartment. I have my. So after the burial, it's normal for you to go and appreciate people that you know
Mm.
that honored you and came for
Mm.
the burial. So we planned together to go there. We appreciate them, the father, the mother, and all the guests. We went to their houses and appreciate them. So many things happened. Then I was taken to a shrine.
Ah,
You know, I'm telling you,
who took you to a shrine?
I followed them. I followed the man.
For what?
When we got there, you know, I don't know who told them. They believed that, oh, it's because that I had, what do they call it, a spirit husband. I I think somebody told them that I have spirit husband, and there's that spirit husband that doesn't want the marriage to work and all of
So
that.
is it your spirit husband that is now making your drunk husband beat you?
So at that place, they now told him, I don't know if it was an arrangement or I really don't know, honestly. So they told him that, he's under a particular spell, that he must not go back to his house. He has to stay for somewhere for 28 days.
He
That
shall moved
whatever
into
spell
your
that
own house.
he moved him into my house for
I
28
see.
days. He was supposed to be there for 28 days. So, like I told you, we're all planning, okay, let's make it work and all of that. But I now realized that, okay, immediately we came back, I picked up another job with the present job where I'm working right now. I picked up another job, and I was beginning to do well again.
Do well again.
He just started again. When he wakes up, he will tell me he needs money for transportation. I had a car then I was given another car. But I intentionally did not want to give him the key to the other car.
To the other car.
I wanted to know whether his coming back was really genuine or because I had another work doing. You understand? It's a long time.
I know you're just trying to like jump.
Yeah.
Because time is actually gone somehow.
Exactly. So he will work and tell me he needs transportation, he needs this. Even his coming back, he doesn't contribute a dime to my daughter's welfare. I still pay the school fee, I still feed her, I do everything. And something just called me that he's still coming back to still ask me for money. I said, Oga, I don't have money. I'm sorry, I don't have money. Okay, what is it now? You even have, I'm asking for 1,002 for transportation, you say you don't have. Meanwhile, you have 2 cars and I'm jumping on bike. When he made that statement, if I was under spell before, that thing removed. I said, okay, it's not going to happen again. I'm not going to do it again. It's okay. So that was what I remembered. I think he has spent like half of the 28 days, maybe 14 days or thereabouts. He just carries back that night
and left again.
So left again, and the unfortunate.
You find out you were pregnant. No, it's not unfortunate. At least you have 2 kids.
It's so precious. I'm telling you. I'm pregnant again.
Yeah.
So, and that was how
he left till now. How many years? 10 years ago.
10 years this year.
Wow.
This year, March, 10 years. So I told one of my pastor, my same pastor again, I told him about his attitude and how I've been the only one doing everything, the birth of my son. In fact, it was God that delivered me. Although while I had complications, I was still unconscious in the hospital. He came around and he did some stuff. He contributed and all of that. But when I woke up like this, I did not set my eyes on him. So I told my pastor that I've been the one doing everything. He said, he now advised me again. He said, Sister Bunmi, I need you to wake up. He cited an example that time. And he said, in Kotoba's cast, la Yema appreciate every time. That most problem single mothers, face in the future is that their children tends to love their dad more than the mom because they are used to seeing the mother every day.
That doesn't even make any sense, Abeg. That doesn't even make any sense. I'm sorry for your pastor, but that doesn't make any sense.
That if he's not making any attempt in supporting the children, I should go to welfare department, I should get a lawyer, I should sue him, I should do this, or find a way to make him responsible because, in future, the children will not...
They will go and look for their father. Yes.
you know. So when I heard that too, I said, okay, how can I make him responsible? Because this is someone that no matter the amount, no matter how small that amount is, he would never tell you he has anything. He'll tell you he doesn't have. So I now called him one day. I told him I wanted to see him. We picked a location and I came. God forgive me, I lied to him. I said I lost my and it's because of the children I'm calling him, their education, welfare, and everything. We have to, pick it up from where I stopped so that they will not suffer. The children will not suffer. I don't have job again. So please, you have to be responsible for them now. He felt bad, I said, okay, no problem. He asked for the school my daughter was going at that time. I told him. He said he cannot afford that school fees. As you see me, I am managing as well. I put my daughter in an average school. So immediately he said he cannot afford it. I said, how much is the school fee? He said he told me categorically that I cannot do more than what
You can
more
afford.
than his capacity. Yes. That I should go and look for a cheaper school. I listened to him. Even though I didn't change that school, I listened to him. So I went around, I gathered some bills, about 3. I called him. He said I should do the screenshot and send to him. I did. Do you know that immediately he saw the bills? I mean, while I was telling him, I said, looking for a new school at this time. By the time we are going to change the textbooks, we will change the uniform and all of that. By the time you had all those expenses together with the school fee, it's going to be more than what I'm paying presently at that school. He said no, that can only happen in the first month, the first term. That subsequently the bills won't be as high as other ones. So just to cut it short, I agreed to change the school. I gave him the bill. So this day that I'm talking to you, that was the last time I set my eyes on him.
Wow.
And that was when I told myself, and I'm praying to God that nothing must happen to me.
Amen.
Because it's as good as they have nobody
No
than
father.
God. So
Wow.
I'm trying as much as possible not to.
I know.
Mm,
I know. So, but all the
God
same,
has
thank
healed
you.
me. I am
Yeah,
healed.
you
But
are.
what I'm just doing is that I want others to learn. Number one, take your decision, take your stand. Don't be influenced by anybody's decision. Then secondly, it's not by age. I've seen someone I have a friend presently that got married at the age of 52. And she's very, very happy. She's happy. And she's pregnant as we are talking, as we are
Wow.
speaking.
Wow.
I got married at the age of 34. The marriage has
Didn't
ended,
work.
and I'm not happy. So look at the two illustrations. She's better off because she waited for the right time. She waited for the best person, for the right person. So I think I want to advise those that are about to make that decision to be careful, be prayerful, and be watchful. Look, is deceitful. There are some people that when you look at them, you will think they're an angel on earth. Or sincerely, in my own case, that was what happened. I realized that this guy was even more. It was worse than me. Naturally, that was the point my dad was trying to make then. That you need someone that is calm and cool to handle you. Not that I was looking for someone that will control. No, but
opposite. Someone that is opposite to you.
Yeah, is better.
I get
be able
you.
to manage.
I get you.
Well.
And thank you so much. Thank you so much.
But I give all the glory to God.
Yes.
My children are doing so well. And like I told you, I'm doing this interview in
the car.
In my car. I don't want my daughter to know anything about this. She does not know. I
So
still buy
when she asks for her dad, what do you tell her?
I told her he's not around. She has traveled. I buy
So
gifts for her.
how long will that last? Because
But
she's 9 now,
do you know
right?
the good? Do you know the good part of? It's like a good arrangement. I don't know. I don't know. I want to tell her when I know she can handle it.
Mm.
I think so.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There was a time my son asked me. My son, he is 5 years old. He asked me, he said, "Mommy, where's my dad?"
Mm. Mm.
I now called. I said, "Okay, don't worry. When I come back, I'll talk to you." I had to call my friend. I have a friend in Canada.
Oh, so you now
I had to call
pretended to be the dad.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So
Oh my goodness.
He talks to them as their dad.
Oh my goodness.
So anytime I go out, I buy stuff. When it is their birthday, I write from dad. You understand? So I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but sincerely, I don't want her to feel,
I don't know if it's the right thing either, because I don't know if I should say luckily or unluckily for me. I no kids was involved, but I can't really tell you if you should or if you should not.
But can I tell you the reason why I'm grateful to God? After having my son, I had serious complication. Serious complication that they had to remove my womb.
Oh.
Do you understand?
Wow.
Yes. So meanwhile, before I had my daughter, I think I had only one active fallopian tube or something.
Wow.
So when I look at everything sincerely,
It still works out together for good.
Yes, I give thanks to God. So
wow, thank you so much, Bumi. Thank you for this.
Thank you too.
Wow, thank you. And we are grateful that you are healing. We are grateful that you've passed that phase. We are grateful that you are in a much better place. We know initially you said you wanted to cover your face. You don't want to show your face.
Yes.
You can't do it. But
Yes.
then,
you know why?
Why?
We live in an environment where people condemn you, they judge you.
Yes,
And like
I know.
I told you, I didn't tell anybody what happened. When people ask me, "Where's your husband?" I will tell them he's not around. He has traveled.
Yeah.
And sincerely, to the glory of God, you won't see me and you won't see my children and ever think about it that anything is missing out in their life because their dad is not there. No.
Yeah.
God has been faithful.
Glory to God. Glory to God.
God has been faithful.
Glory to God.
So, okay.
Glory to God. We bless God. Like, there's really nothing else to say. Thank you for being a strong woman. Thank you for being a father and a mother to your kids. Thank you for being a woman of courage, because I'm sure you've given a lot of people out there courage. You've given a lot of people out there the strength to face whatever things they are going through. And as well for our singles, you've also given them some lessons that I'm sure they've learned from. One of which is looks can be very deceptive. You even know when you were talking about it, I remembered David and Samuel, when God told Samuel to go anoint a son of Jesse. The first person Samuel saw was Eliab, who was handsome, tall, good looking. The look deceived Samuel as well, until God said, "I look at the hearts, I don't look at the face." Yeah. So thank you for that. That was very insightful for the young people out there watching this. Looks can be very deceptive, so don't get carried away with good looks. 6 feet, 6-pack, don't get carried away with it. Dig deeper. One other thing I would like to add to what he said is, like I said it earlier, before even when you are about to walk on that aisle, walk out to the aisle, you can still say no. I know at times it's not easy, most of the time, because I remember in my own case a day before, I was asking my mom, like, does this make sense? This is crazy. This is this. And everybody was like, hey, wow, he wants to spoil our name, he wants to embarrass us, he wants to shake in. But at the end of the day, I was still the one in it. It's still going to be the one in it. So there's really no time limit to this thing, honestly. If only we can just realize that there's no time limit to it. Anyway, thank you so much, Bumi. We appreciate your effort. You actually put a lot of effort for you to do this today. And we really, really appreciate you. Thank you all there. Thank you. Oh, Ashopi baby, I can see you joining in. Thank you so much. Thank you, Adiola. She said, God will continue to strengthen you and make those children great. That's a prayer that someone sent in for you. Thank you so much, Adiola. We appreciate you all. Thank you, Adeshola. Who else is there? Thank you, Adebola. Thank you, Sheung. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, Yamide. Anyway, thank you all so much. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. So let's let Bumi go sleep because we know it's very late now in Nigeria. It's like 11:30, I think, or 11:30. So until next week, I promise, like I said when we started this episode, I promise to bring something positive soon. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I don't want to be sitting here wiping tears off every time, you know. So I promise to bring you something positive. Like I said last week, there are good guys out there. There are lots of good guys out there. They are not all bad. We have a lot of good marriages. We have marriages that are working, you know. So don't think we are just coming up to give you bad stories, you know, or to make anybody cry or to portray men to be demons or whatever. No, that's not what we are doing. Like I said, one of the aim of this show is a platform for women to come tell their story. Some people don't have that opportunity, but this is a platform for them to come tell their story, positive or negative. For the whole of last year, what we were doing was just empowering ourselves, talking about issues and everything. So we are not bearers of bad news, okay? We'll come again next week with another. I'm not sure if it's going to be my story, but we have a Pastor Mrs. coming on next week, and we promise you to have another enlightening, educative, and entertaining episode next week. So until then, my name is still Odun Akerele. I'm still your friend. I'm still your daughter. I'm still your sister. I'm still your fellow woman. See you next week. And thank you, Bumi. Bye. See you next week. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.